Sebastian.
San Sebastian.
San Sebastian.
San Sebastian. Slow down.
Hello and welcome back to How to Finish a Song, the YouTube channel where I don't teach you how to finish a song, but you watch me finish one of mine because I've got about 500 that I need to be getting on with. Well, I've got 498 now. This is episode 3. Thanks for coming back if you've seen the other 2. If you're new here, what I do is I choose a song completely at random from my Logic folder and I'm just going to open it up. Whatever state it's in, I'm going to finish it by the end of this video. Speaking of which, if you do want to skip ahead in time, not in the video, in time and space, and go to this video and watch the finished song, hopefully, then feel free to do that. Get acquainted with the song, come back, see how it was written, or you can just jump in and we'll stumble our way in the dark through the track together. It's completely up to you. Choose your own adventure. This is How to Finish a Song. Okay, so this is always... I've only done this twice, but this is already the most nerve-wracking part of my week. I know there's a more scientific way to do this, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the eyes closed technique. Here we go. This one. This is Load era. Okay. Listen, I was a big Metallica fan back in the day. I've got a feeling this is going to be some big old chunky Metallica riff. God help me to get my Hetfield on. Yeah! Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks. This is a worry. This is... Let's give it a listen. Okay. Okay. So what it sounds like we've got is, starting on G, and then you got this nice slash chord here, not chap with the hat on, D slash F sharp, which gives that really nice tension, rather than just, you've got... So all together it's... This is a really good example of a song that doesn't go anywhere because, you know, probably doesn't deserve to, but we're going to finish it. We're going to find a way out of this. I wonder if... What about if we just used that, like got rid of that and used it as a singing melody? Because then we wouldn't be ditching it completely. Slow yourself down with the red alone. Slow yourself down, get your mind alone. Wait in the fall of your only son. I mean, I like that. Okay, let's do that. We're going for that. This is how we're going to save it. So to be clear, what we're doing is we're taking this riff, we're going to take that riff and we're going to turn it into less of a Metallica thing, maybe more of a shoegazy, maybe Jeff Buckley sort of thing. But the point being not to throw out that, you know, because there is something about that catches my ear. Do 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 do. It was probably always supposed to be a vocal melody, you know, in what I liked about it. But the execution is just what held it back. You know, dynamically, if you come in that big, it can't really go anywhere. Say what you want, is it out of time for what you know? Is it out of line? And say what you want, Is it out of love? Say what you can. Is it time to love? That sound. Okay, so let's open up a new drum kit and we'll give ourselves a few bars. So something simple like that, just to play over. If you do have two kick drums close together like this in a beat, a little hack to make it sound a bit more human is to drag the preceding one down a bit. So it feels like it's duh, you know, you lay into it, duh. So it's still too fast, I think. So 1, 2, 5. Let's try that. Yeah, that feels nicer tempo now. I feel like since we've taken the weight out of that, added a different kind of weight, you know, it's kind of more atmospheric and I suppose moody. It's also slowed it down to the point where I want to reflect that in the lyrics, I suppose. So I had a fight actually with my girlfriend on holiday about about how frantic I can be sometimes. I think that was just sort of stress that I was bringing into the relationship. But as soon as I was confronted with it by her, it made so much sense. And since then, I've really tried to sort of slow myself down within the relationship and how my sort of frantic anxiousness sort of manifests itself in the relationship. So just slowing down, just maybe slow down. Maybe that's the hook at some point, but let's make it about that. I like that. It's very gothic and weird and, you know, it's established that sort of tone, but I don't want it to stick there. I kind of want to move to somewhere more hopeful. For that moment where, you know, I was told to sort of slow down. It might be nice to go with something a bit more hopeful there. So slow down, slow down. There's nothing to make. Slow down. I always like that bit in Here, There and Everywhere where it goes, I want her everywhere, and it like lifts the whole song out of nowhere. Singing her life with the wave of her hands. Nobody can, you know, it goes into that sort of more melancholy bit. But then it goes, I want her everywhere. And within two chords, it sort of pulls you out. Slow down. There's nothing to race for, nothing to win. I mean, do you ever do that? Do you ever go down like a well-trodden path? It's nice, but you can only really go, you know, something like that. But I still want to be able to use those first bits because they do always lift me into somewhere, but I don't want to have to like rely on the payoff afterwards. Do you know what I mean by that? You owe it to do something better than that. So bear with me, let's have a play. Slow down. There's nothing to fight, nothing to fight for. There's nothing to fight for. Slow down. There's nothing to fight for, nothing to be for, nothing to So when we get to the slow down chorus, slow down, take the snare out. There's nothing to me. Maybe if there's a push at the end there. Maybe a flam on the snare. All right. Again. Then this should be like a break, a soundscapey bit. Something like that, so it's one that I can't quite figure out, so I'm just going to track the rest and then come back and overdub it. I'll leave a gap. Okay, I want to put some bass on, but let's put a guide vocal on first, because that will give me some context to work with in the track. Love, love on a bed in a hotel room, love, with a sense of impending doom. Cold was my heart in the pouring rain, fade with this star while the love remains. So I think the bass should just establish that. That riff we had. On a bed in a hotel room, dread and a sense of impending doom. Nice. On a bed in a foreign land, babe in the bowl of the mountain. They're comfortably numb there. On a bed in a hotel room, dread and a sense of impending doom. Do we think we want the bass to do the same as the guitar in that bit? Do we want that? It might be a more impressive idea in my head than actually should be in the track. I think maybe again we should lay back. Maybe the gaps. I'm leaving it hanging. Maybe I should give it. Maybe I should give it the gaps that it wants. And then I think it should go back to, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow down, there's nowhere to get to. Okay, so we're at this point now where I need to start making some decisions about vocals, because the guide here I'm already hating it. So for the longest time I know, stay fit all the more low. So something that a friend of mine told me was a great trick for when you're trying to come up with a melody, is to just lay out the notes that are in the key of your song. So we're in G minor. That's not staying in. But we can choose whatever notes we want from this scale, basically, to build our melody. That's quite nice. In a while I'll be staying, the carding of the stain. So already we've got a melody there. In a while I'll be home, stay out of what you don't know. Nothing to fight for, nothing to fear. Slow down. No, there's nothing to run for, nothing to fade. Slow down. Okay, it's coming along quite nicely. We've got the guide vocals in there. What I want to do now, though, is sort of set in stone the structure and see if we can figure out some nice dynamic progression here. Because at the moment, it's quite, the same things happen twice, basically. So let's try and ramp up to an ending. So we have this repeating each time. So what I want to do is go back in and do a different take for each of those, so it doesn't just feel like a copy and paste situation, and then adding a big ending with that guitar. So let's do that now. So we just want some bits that feel a bit more unique. I like that. Try and get that. There's some nice bits in there. Verse starts again. Yeah, yeah. And then what I think we should do is merge the two. So we've got this new bit. Along with the... and the vocal on top. Hopefully it's not too busy, but let's see. Okay, so now time for some heavier guitar in that bit. And then it will be time for singing. I think it's more of a crunch sound we're looking to get here. Something like this, maybe? I think maybe like a full bar chord might be a bit too much. Maybe something... Welcome to How to Finish a Song. So okay, I'm going to put you there for everyone. Wait a minute, there we go. Okay, so I've got this song. I want you to put live drums on it because I feel like it needs something a bit more natural. I need you to do this.
Yeah, really nice.
All right, Dicey. Well, thanks for calling. What are you doing? You teaching?
I'm teaching drums.
You're teaching drums. Okay, good. That's perfect. That's exactly what I needed you for. All right, cool. I'll send you that song. Bye. Well, that was nice, wasn't it? A little call from a collaborator. I think I might do that more in the future. I think when I inevitably open up some sort of ridiculous hip hop or some really stupid, heavy, over the top thing, what I might have to do is just get on Fiverr and look for some people that can either do, lay some bars that I definitely can't do, or some growling, some heavy screaming. If you want to be involved in something like that, comment below, let me know, because it'd be nice to start a community of collaborators whereby if I get a song and the reason I didn't finish it is because I can't go, yeah! Like sometimes I'll just completely abandon a track because the crap violin sound. Maybe I can get someone to record some violin on it. Essentially, I think it'd be a really good idea to build up a black book of collaborators that could jump on different tracks as we build this channel. So yeah. Anyway, back to the guitar. I think that's as much as it needs to be. Maybe some backing vocals that aren't me. So I used these Hollywood backing singers on the middle 8 of the last episode song, Only For You. Ooh. Cool. Okay, last thing we need to do before the lyrics is decide whether, and this might be dictated by the lyrics, but decide whether we're going to end on a hopeful tone or a sad one, because we could go slow down or slow down. So we could either go to the chord that's established in the chorus, or we could go back to slow down. I think the G minor is like nicer tonally to end on, but I think for what the song's about and why I'm writing it and the positive stuff that came out of this situation in my relationship, then maybe it should be a happy tone. Right, time for lyrics and singing. Okay, so why don't we just set out our stall straight away with what these lyrics are actually about. So like I said earlier, this is about a moment in my relationship where something that I was doing was causing her more anguish than I realized, and it was a big part of sort of my life in general, which is wanting to always be ahead of things, wanting to be 15 minutes early to things or do things a certain way, or which I suppose can paint me as quite a prick, to be honest, but it stems from something I'm sure about me was where, you know, like I'm a people pleaser or whatever. But it was impacting our relationship quite a lot, and we were on holiday in San Sebastian, so I might put that in there as it's quite lyrical, isn't it? So I suppose we should just say what it was, and I don't know how personal to go with this, but I do want to write something that actually means something on this channel rather than just, you know, counting syllables. We almost didn't make it. Last fight in San Sebastian. You know what, actually, we actually nearly missed our flight San Sebastian, so we could actually make this line work a lot harder, like a double meaning, for example, and maybe it's not last fight, it's last flight too. We almost didn't make it. Last flight to San Sebastian. That's cool. We almost didn't make it. Last flight to San Sebastian. Scratch and itch until it's scratch. You know what? I think one of the saddest sights you can ever see is a scratch card ripped up on the floor. You know why? Because we see it all the time, don't we? All of us. We see just a discarded scratch card on the floor, and we never think of the context. If someone's just dashed away a scratch card, like there must be a certain aspect of desperation in there, or you know, a certain sadness that someone's reacted that way to losing from a scratch card. Scratch cards ripped up on the floor, scratch up on the pavement. Last flight, San Sebastian. Sad sights in San Sebastian. So SS in SS, not the SS. And then we've got the Tom Yorkie high, Matt Bellamy sort of high register. Scratch cards ripped up on the pavement. Sad sight in San Sebastian. Slow down. And this was the thing that my girlfriend said to me, is you just have to slow down. There's no reason to want to be everywhere before everyone else. There's no reason to put that pressure on, least of all her, and let alone myself. And as soon as she said that to me, I was just hit with it. So I like the way that we come out of that. Slow down. There's nothing to fight for. There's nowhere to get. Fight for sounds a bit like too, obvious pop, Let's keep using the situation as the North Star. There's nowhere to get to. No schedule to keep. Slow down. You don't need the last word. You just need some sleep. Slow down. There's nowhere to get to. No schedule to keep. Slow down. A bit of me thinks that's a bit underwhelming, and I might need to find a middle ground between Dodo and Baba. Slow down. There's nowhere to get to. Nowhere to get to. There's nowhere to get to. There's nowhere to get to. You don't need the last word. You just need some sleep. I like these lyrics though. I think, not going for the easy rhyme or the easy thing that just sounds like, something that I've done a lot in the past, which is just, okay, does it fit the syllable structure? Does it rhyme? Does it sound emotive rather than actually, is it what I'm trying to get across in the song? So I think this is good. Let's keep going. We okay, we sat naked and in silence. Last fight. Going back to what we said earlier, we can use that last flight. Last fight in San Sebastian. Using these little templated things like we've talked about before. People love repetition, so I quite like that San Sebastian's quite nice to sing. We sat naked and in silence, lost fight in San Sebastian. Me unquestioned and unburdened. Poor me, just proving my worth. Just proving to. Poor me, just proving my worth. She, unquestioned and unburdened. Poor me, just proving my worth. The importance that I put upon things like that, when I think about it now, was way out of kilter with what it should have been. And it's had something to do... Sorry, this turned into a bit of a therapy session, isn't it? Had something to do with proving my worth and controlling that self-image. But I'm really happy to say that she's a person that confronted me with it and presented me with it. It's really changed how I view a lot of things. So this is for her. It meant a lot to me to be checked like this. I think a lot of us go through life without having these moments, and they're important if you have a difficulty in seeing the worst parts of yourself. One of the things that she said, it felt like, was feeling like she'd failed before she began, in whatever small thing we were doing. She feels like she's failing before she begins. She feel like she's failing before she begun.
Slow down. She feels like she's failing before she's begun.
So now, be nice to have something that wasn't slow down. So, oh, know how, not mow down. So now, like a resolution maybe. So now, you're pinning the wings down. The idea of pinning down a butterfly through its wings and presenting it, something that you love, but you're doing something like that to it. So you're pinning the wings down. Maybe just begun San Sebastian.
So now you're pinning her wings down in San Sebastian. Slow down.
In San Sebastian.
In San Sebastian. Slow down.
San Sebastian.
Pinning her wings down in San Sebastian. Slow down.
You're pinning her wings down.
You're pinning her wings down. You're pinning her wings down in San Sebastian. Slow down.
Okay, that's the song finished. I'm assuming we're going to call it San Sebastian, as I don't stop saying that during the song. What I'm going to do now is quickly show you a little bit of Dicey Sam, who we spoke to earlier, recording the drums to replace these programmed ones. After which, that's the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching again. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all the subscribers in the first week. Really glad to have you along. And please go and watch the mixed music video version of this song, which I will link below. So yeah, that's it. That's another one done. Thank you. This was How to Finish a Song. Okay, so I've got this song. I want you to put live drums on it because I feel like it needs something a bit more natural.
We almost didn't make it. Last flight to San Sebastian. Scratch cards ripped up on the pavement. Sad sight in San Sebastian.